the Snap On original Epic tool cart. So I gotta know, how many of y'all knew that Snap On made this? I also gotta know how many of you own one or have ever even seen one. I'm genuinely curious because there's hardly any information on this that you can find. There's even less videos out there on it. I think I was able to find one really old Snap-on video and that was it. So this cart originally was made for heavy duty mechanics and it's called the Epic Mobile Workstation, which I'll show you. I have the newer version of the Epic Mobile Workstation, but they are quite a bit different from each other. And so I wanted to do a video and kind of give you some stats on this, because even though you can't buy it from Snap-on, you can still buy these used on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and you know, the for sale apps out there. And if you watch for them, they do show up from time to time, and you can snag them for a great deal, and they are worth every penny because they are literally tanks of a cart. So let me give you some stats here. They are 38, just over, maybe 38.25 inches wide, about 25.75 inches deep, and then just about 43 inches tall. So it's a big cart. They actually only come normally with the top two drawers. That third drawer that you see on the bottom there is an add-on. So if you can find it with the third drawer, that's fantastic. Now I will tell you, full transparency, finding them in good shape is pretty tough. They usually get pretty beat up because if a heavy duty mechanic did buy it, that's rough. They're putting transmissions and engines and stuff and they're getting beat up. They're getting put to use. So I found this one myself on Facebook Marketplace. It was in great shape and it had the third drawer. So I had to jump on it and snag it. It was a really good deal. Usually you can find them anywhere between $1,000 and $1,800. I know that's a pretty big range, but it depends on condition, how desperate the person is, if it has the third drawer, the color, all of that stuff comes into factor and play. I'm gonna pull you off the tripod here in a minute and I'm gonna show you some of the extra little features that it has. But as you can see, I'm 5'6", so I'm not a huge person by any stretch of the imagination, but you can see how big this cart is compared to me it is. It'll hold over 1,000 pounds on top of them. So that's what they were doing. They were putting transmissions on top of them, heavy duty engine components, whatever, and having a stationary stainless steel worktop to do their work. It's got the raised edges so that way your bolts and nuts don't roll off. Your fluid that might leak out stays in the center there so you can soak it up pretty quick. So it's a really, really cool design. I love this cart. My plans and intentions for this cart are it will be my personal cart when I get into a larger location, and then I will keep this for my at-home use because I really like this cart, and I don't know. I just wanted it for myself, I guess, is the easiest way for me to say it. It's a really, really cool cart, and it is built extremely well. So the sides have slots and dots built into them, which is really nice. The handle is super heavy duty because obviously it's a bigger cart. You want a good handle to roll that around. So obviously you've got your slots and dots. You can buy the slots and dots accessories on there. And then you've got your bottom shelf to store whatever you want down there, you know, extra. I use it for my floor mats for cars and just random extra stuff. And then on the side here is more slots and dots, and like I said, more slots and dots accessories from Snap-on, which is super nice. The bottom drawer is about 6 inches tall, and then the upper two drawers are just under 4 inches. Obviously, the drawers are a little bit more narrow than the cart, so they're not as wide, obviously, and they're about 23 inches deep as well. So really, really good storage for the size of cart as far as like the limited amount of drawers. It does not come with the newer Epic casters, so those are the newer Epic casters, but I actually really like these because they're a rubber and I prefer them over the hard plastic of the newer one, so it does roll a little bit smoother, I feel like, than the newer one. But honestly, both the Epic work carts roll really easy. So this is the newer version to this cart here. As you can see, they're really, really similar. And again, part number on this cart is KRSC100. If you have any questions about the cart specifically that I did not answer, feel free to throw them down in the comments. But seriously, I'm genuinely curious, how many of y'all have one of these? Because they are pretty rare. And then how many of you, if you don't have you seen one? Or how many of you didn't know they existed? It's just a really, really neat cart. Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks again, as always. We'll catch you on the next.